New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Year's Dash 2023 took place this morning. And yes, if you're familiar with New Japan Pro Wrestling, this is always the Fallout post Wrestle Kingdom show. This is kind of, if you're a fan of Western wrestling, I kind of would compare it to a night after WrestleMania. That's probably the best comparison I can throw at you. But without any further ado, it's pretty much we're resetting everything. Not necessarily resetting, but we're going to have new storylines, new people going after each other, fresh faces wrestling, all that good stuff. So we might as well get into these matches and get into the happenings of New Year's Dash. So first match we had on this card, we had the team of Evil, Dick Togo, and Yujiro Takahashi taking on the defeating Ren Narita, Tiger Mask, and Tamaki Homa right here. Togo and Evil actually hit Tamaki Homa with the Magic Killer for the win, picked up the victory for his team. But then after the match, the House of Torture start beating down Narita. This led to Minoru Suzuki attempting to make the save here. The House of Torture start overwhelming Suzuki to a point. So Suzuki's former Suzuki-gun member El Desperado came in and they made the save. So the 3-day out were able to fight off the House of Torture. They had a nice little moment in the ring. So Ren Narita was kind of just like taken back by this whole situation. Like, dude, what's going on? So I think the next best bet is what I was trying to say is we're likely going to get this trio challenging for the never open weight 6-man tag team titles. So that is what that is. And speaking of guys who are formerly Suzuki-gun, we have Taichi, Doki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru with Taka Michinoku, taking on and defeating Will Ospreay, TJP, and Akira Francesco of the United Empire right here. So before the match was able to get underway, Taka Michinoku, he had a promo for these guys right here, the former Suzuki-gun members. They claimed that they would just 4 guys now. So we got Catch 22 right here. Looks like we're going to get a Doki got the pinfall for his team, and looks like we might get a team of Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Doki challenging for those junior heavyweight tag team titles, which would be sweet. So then after the match, we got the United Empire beating up the 4 guys, which seems to be a new unit here. So it looks like we're going to get a Taichi Will Ospreay singles match in the near future. So just 4 guys versus United Empire. Sign me up. I'm for it. I think that could be interesting. So moving on up the card, we have Zack Sabre Jr., Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste. The newly for Zack Sabre Jr., the Mighty Don't Kneel, aka TMDK, taking on and defeating Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii right here. So we get Yoshihashi getting pinned by the Tank Buster by Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. They're going to make their challenge for the titles, it looks like. Also, looks like Ishii is going to be challenging Zack Sabre Jr. for that World Television Championship as well. So we're just off to the races with guys going against each other. And that's something I like, man. It's like almost out with the old and with the new. You got to respect that here. So once the match was over and everything was said and done, TMDK, they sat on the apron. And Zack Sabre Jr., he said TMDK needed a 4th member. And you knew exactly who the 4th member should be right here. Zack Sabre Jr. pulled the Young Lion, Koji Fujita, from ringside, took off his Young Lion shirt and gave him a TMDK shirt, So for the first time in a while, because I believe Cody Hall was the Bullet Club young boy. I believe Shota Umino was kind of loosely affiliated with John Moxley and not necessarily the Hontai team. So first time in a while we get a Young Lion being linked to a stable, and I think that's a good shout. So next match, moving on up the card, we have Shota Umino, Raizuke Taguchi, Togi Makabe, and Yo taking on and defeating Los Ingobernables de Japón Bushi, Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu Takahashi, and Sonata right here. So we get Yo actually landing the direct drive and pinning the current junior heavyweight champion, Hiromu Takahashi, definitely setting up a future match for that title. After the match, Yo grabbed the microphone and he made that challenge a little bit more clear. So it's going to be interesting to see when we get that title match. So I say interesting a lot, so just bear with me. Next match we have Master Wato, Hikuleo, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Tama Tonga taking on and defeating the Bullet Club. Jay White, Kenta, El Phantasmo, and Taiji Ishimori. They got the victory via DQ after El Phantasmo clobbered Tama Tonga with the Never Openweight Championship. And the crux of this match, we're going to get a challenge for that title by EOP on the Tama Tonga. And Jay White actually issued a challenge of his own. He went ahead and he challenged Hikuleo to a loser leaves Japan match. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting. As I say the word interesting again, so just bear with me. That's going to be very I don't know. Jay White's doing some crazy stuff right now. He was making a lot of crazy gestures earlier, so he beat up Hikuleo, beat him down with the chair. Bullet Club had a nice post-match beatdown, getting a little bit of their heat back from Wrestle Kingdom. So Yeah, Jay White's in the loser leaves Japan match. Now, it necessarily didn't say leaves New Japan. It just says Japan. I mean, whoever loses can go over to New Japan Strong. So that's a whole another topic for a whole nother discussion. So, I mean, this is kind of like what they call loopholes, if you will. So, next match we have for the King of Pro Wrestling 2023 Provisional Championship. No longer a trophy. Shingo Takagi defeated the Great-O-Khan, SHO, and Toru Yano right here. And, oh man, this was a banger. Shingo hit, or actually Great-O-Khan, after the match, he hit, at a certain point, he hit everybody with Eliminator. So it's pretty much like Great-O-Khan is destroying everybody. But after all of that, after he hit him with everybody with the Eliminator, Shingo comes in and interrupts the pin. He hits Yano with the Last of the Dragon to win the match and the belt for it himself. And we get a post-match stare down between the Great-O-Khan and Shingo Takagi. I never knew how much I wanted the Shingo Takagi and Great-O-Khan match until right now. So I'm very intrigued for that match. And hell, we all know Great-O-Khan is currently the British heavyweight champion, so he's looking to collect more gold. Shingo's like, not at this point. So we'll see. Then in the main event of the show, wow. Something I never thought I would ever say on this show or ever right here. We have the team of the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada, teaming up with the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, the cleaner Kenny Omega, taking on and defeating Jeff Cobb and Aaron Henare of the United Empire. This was this amazing match right here. And seeing the team of Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega on the same side it was a sight to behold. It's almost some dream team type shit. So these guys, they got the victory. Did Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, They had a Rainmaker B-Trigger combination on Aaron Henare to get the victory. We get Okada cutting a post-match promo, of course. And more interestingly enough, because of course we get Shingo Takagi coming out and making his challenge, but we also get Jeff Cobb throwing down a gauntlet and making a challenge for the United States heavyweight title. So he's going to get a match with Kenny Omega here in the very near future. So we just got to be on the lookout for that. But no, I think seeing Omega and Okada team was definitely a treat. It definitely surprised me. It put a smile on my face as a pro wrestling fan. So I think New Year's Dash as a whole, it was definitely a win. It definitely got me excited. It's got my intrigued my focus for what's coming up here in the next couple of weeks as far as New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think New Japan, for a lot of people, I've always dug it. You already know what it is. I think it's feeling fresh for a lot of people again, and this is good. I just want New Japan to have world eyes on them, and hopefully we can get that back. So it's been your boy, Blunt Naito, a.k.a. Benzo Miyahara, a.k.a. El Toro Negro, a.k.a. Shinya Aoki, not Shinya Aoki, what the fuck am I talking about? A.k.a. Blunt Naito, I might have said that. The Pro Wrestling Fly Guy. I done got so many monikers, I forget, and I say more of them more than once. So coming at y'all for SOS Wrestling Network for the New Year's Dash review results. So I appreciate y'all rocking with us the long way and the strong way. We'll be back at y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Peace.